We are joined by House Speaker Mike Johnson from the great state of Louisiana. Mr. Speaker, thank you for doing this ever so much. We know you're a busy guy. Appreciate it. So here we are, Reconciliation 3.0. A year ago, you and I were fighting for 1.0, one big, beautiful bill. What are you thinking, Mr. Speaker, about the possible reconciliation bill?
It's not just possible, it's essential. Great to be with you on the eve of this extraordinary celebration. I could not agree with everything you said here in the opening anymore. I love it. We could do this all afternoon, but let's talk about the economy and Reconciliation 3.0. You noted all the great indicators in the U.S. economy right now. It is not by happenstance, Larry. It's because Reconciliation 1.0, the big, beautiful bill, put in place all of those pro-growth policies and initiatives. We cut taxes, regulations. We allowed for business owners, job creators, entrepreneurs, risk takers to expand and grow and continue. And all of those conditions are what have set us up. As Scott Bessent said so well at the end of last year, 2025 was like setting the table, and the feast and the banquet in the economy is going to be in 2026. And in the beginning of the first quarter, we were rising like a rocket, and then we got into the skirmish with Iran. That is settling out now. Gas prices getting back down to planet Earth. We're set for some great growth ahead. The best days are yet ahead of us, and 3.0, the third reconciliation bill, is going to be a part of that.
Well, you're going to be the leader as the Speaker of the House, but just because you're you and just because you fought so hard a year ago and because you're a growth guy, what do you think is in there? I mean, it's spending cuts, tax cuts, the Save America voter ID stuff. What are you thinking, Mr. Speaker?
Yeah, it's going to be a combination of factors. Understanding we have the smallest margin possible. I have about a 1 to 2 vote margin right now, so I've got to get every single Republican basically unanimity to get this done. We're not going to get any Democrats' help or support on this, as you know, and so we got to do it as a one-party effort. So I've got to reduce the menu of options down to the collection of items that can get and collect every single vote on the eve of an election, a fateful election in November. Not an easy task, but we've done it before. This one's going to be just as beautiful, but not as big as the first reconciliation bill. And I think it is going to have a combination of some of the things you mentioned there. We're going to do more to enhance the economy, talking about potentially more tax cuts there. Certainly a lot of Save America, the election integrity matter, which is the biggest issue to so many Americans, including the Commander-in-Chief, the President himself. He and I talked about it in the Rose Garden last night. I mean, every day I talk to him. It's about Save America. Remember, we passed it 3 times in the House already. We passed it this 4th time on the reconciliation bill. I think that is the way to get it to the President's desk, because I think the Senate Republicans will go along with that. Also, some anti-fraud measures. I think some additional measures that can continue to reduce the cost of living and affordability is a big factor. I think we're going to be able to put together that recipe that will collect all the votes and get it to the President's desk for signature.
You know, Mr. Speaker, pollster John McLaughlin, whom I think you know, it's a good pollster, he polled on a big bill, he polled fraud, waste, fraud, and corruption, cutbacks, government, cutbacks, and effectively cutting spending, and middle-class tax relief. It polled like 59% approval, which I thought was quite interesting. And one issue here that comes up, we're worried about housing. It's not doing well. How about inflation indexing the capital gains tax, or exempting from the capital gains tax, a higher exemption if you sell your home and move to another home? It seems to me these tax measures would be a big help, and family nesters would be helped by it. It would be a lot of middle-class people, small businesses and farmers would be helped by it. Can something like that get through?
I think it's got a real possibility. Those are among the ideas that are on the table. We're going to be narrowing this down in the next few days. And what I've got to do, my task is, as a leader of this effort, is to make sure we touch base with each of the individual caucuses and regional interest among the House Republican Conference, make sure we can get everybody on board. Some of those ideas are things that it would be difficult to say no to. I think that does help everybody. It would help the average homeowner to have more access to the market. We know we've got to bring down construction costs, the barriers to entry. The average, as you talk about all the time, we all know, we lament, the average age of first-time homebuyer right now is above the age of 40 and needs to be back down into the early 30s as it used to be. And we can do those things by enacting good, sound public policy. We're on the path to do that.
Speaker, what about the Save America stuff, voter ID? There's some ideas from people. I know the congresswoman from North Dakota, whose name I can never remember, Senator Marsha Blackburn, whose name yes, that you got it. Thank you, sir. And Senator Marsha Blackburn, a name that I never forget. Anyway, they're suggesting if you put a funding mechanism in the voter ID process for eligibility, that would qualify for reconciliation and pass the parliamentarian. Is that possible?
It is possible. We've got 2 or 3 different ideas on how to make the Save America measures fit into the budget reconciliation process. As the name implies, it's got to be reconciling the budget. It's got to be tied to fiscal issues. And one of the ways to do it is to create a grant program to incentivize states to enact election integrity measures. There are other ways as well. We're discussing all those. That is going to be a big component of what we send to the Senate.
Yeah, well, that's it. Spot on. Thank you for all that. So anyway, it's July 4th, 250 years old, the Declaration of Independence. I call it the most important sentence in history, Mr. Speaker. What are you thinking about 250?
I absolutely agree with you. And more than just the most important sentence, it is the nation's creed, the second paragraph of the Declaration of Independence. G.K. Chesterton, the famous statesman, British philosopher, said one time, America is the only nation in the world that was founded upon a creed. And he said it's listed with almost theological lucidity in the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident. That's the first part of that famous sentence. And, you know, it's interesting. Jefferson wrote those words. He worked in a committee of 5 founders, including Adams and Benjamin Franklin. And the first draft of that, the beginning of that first sentence said, we hold these truths to be sacred and inviolate. And Franklin told Jefferson, make it more concise, self-evident, meaning obvious. It is that our rights come from God, not government, not a king, and that all of us are made in his image and have inestimable value. That is the secret, foundational truth of America, indeed the greatest sentence in history.
You know, Mr. Speaker, your greatness is guaranteed. You are, I'm sure, the first speaker to ever quote G.K. Chesterton. That's phenomenal. Absolutely fantastic. My hat's off to you if I had a hat. Anyway, Speaker Mike Johnson, thank you for coming on, sir. We appreciate it very, very much.
Thank you, my friend, and happy 4th.